Let's gather some scraps. Hello everybody, welcome back to A Cup of Crafts. I was playing around this morning and with these deck of cards that I've got. So if you have a deck of cards or you have a set that's mismatched and you want to do something with them, why not make a little booklet to go in your purse? It's got pages in it. Untie it. You don't have to put a binder on it if you don't want to, and then it's got all these little pages in here to stick in your pocket and or your purse or your bag or whatever. And I like to put a little closure on mine, but you don't have to because it's a little fussy to retie it, but that's okay. I wanted my little dangle to hang from the bow, and I have an idea for that. So we're going to try that next in the next one. But let's make a couple, shall we? They're kind of fun. So I took a deck of cards, and I took some gesso. I've already done this because it had to dry, right? And y'all didn't want to sit here and watch paint dry. So I took gesso, and I just put a light coat on there with my finger. So that's what I have here. And I even have a king. And then I took some paint and went around the edges. So I have a blue one. Let's do a pink one. Oh, gotta move my sewing machine down here. I'm working on some sewing too. Let's see, this is magenta. That's a little bit wild. Let's get a lighter color. Well, I almost didn't find any. I have a feeling I've got a few paints that are missing because I let the kids play, or I did. I let the kids play them, and they would stack them and all this kind of stuff, and they had a big time with them. But then the princess learned how to open that with her teeth, so I had to lock the drawer. Okay, let's do one at a time, and I kind of want to make a pink one since we already have a blue one. So I'm going to set the king aside because he's painted in blue, and let's use the red cards to do a pink one with. So let's start with these two. And I think what I want to do is, let's see what color these are. Let me get it's on green, but I kind of want to see what color exactly this. Oh, that's pretty. I can live with that. But then what I did was I decided what I wanted to put on here. And I have lots of stickers, and I'm sure you do too. You could use magazine cutouts. You could use any kind of cutouts. You could stamp on these if you wanted to. These are die cuts, I guess, from Hobby Lobby. And I was kind of thinking I wanted a bird. Those are too light. I don't want nothing that light. I was kind of wanting a bird. There's a pretty pink rose, but none of these work because there's red. We could do red for Valentine's. That would be pretty. Here's a pink and blue. I'm not really crazy about that. These might not work. Let me see. Here's a bird. Maybe. I do like this red rose. Kind of like just the bird. What do you think? I'm going to put some of these back in here. And I do kind of like the butterfly too. So you just go through your stuff and you find something. There's a little pink rose. Here's a blue butterfly. Here's a pink, or pinkish. We could do that one with the butterfly, something like that, maybe. Maybe? Okay, let's look at those a minute. And let me see if I can find another pink one while I'm putting these back. Here's a white one, though. We could do maybe something like that. I don't know, something like that. That's kind of pretty. All right, I think there's a pink one right there. And I could always cut one of these out, I guess. Okay. This one I used stickers. That red rose would be pretty. It really would. Here's a blue. Okay, let's get these in here as quickly as we can. Ooh, they're a mess. That can get out of control and in a mess in a hurry. I mean, you get a lot for the money. I want to say these were $5 or $4.50. Yeah, $4.50. And that's a lot of ephemera pieces. Okay, I'm going to throw those up there. And then Beth got me these last night. They were on sale. Regular $8.99 down to $2.24. $4.99 down to $1.24. Same with this one. I thought that was sweet. This is purples and pinks. Really pretty. Let's see if we have any pink in here. We have fall. Here's some small stickers. Kind of like what I've got going though right now. Peach color. And then we have these. Let's see, is that the ones? Those are the ones I've already looked at. Those are kind of fall. So I'm going to set those aside. Not seeing nothing. Oh, I missed some. Where'd my package go? All right. Got to make a decision. I think I'm going to put these away. And I think I'm going to work with this. So now that I know what I'm going to do, I don't think I like this pink. I think I'm going to go with a softer pink. Let's see what color this is. And that's pretty bright, but if we mixed it with some white, I think it might be a perfect color if we mix it. Let's put a little white down here, and then just a little dab of this pink, if I can get it out without it making a mess. And then I will take, I was thinking about a toothpick or something. I don't know what this is. The princess found it on the floor. Oh yes, I like that pink right there. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my finger and just kind of go around like this. And that's not quite, and maybe just put a little in there like that. Just really rough. I kind of think I do want it a little bit darker though. I think that's so pale that it's not showing up. Okay, let's add a little of this and see what happens. Let's just add a little bit of this. That's pretty. And it's a purplish pink now though. But that's alright. I think we're going to go for it. I think we'll just go for it. Just a little bit. I don't want a lot. Okay. Maybe I'll put just a little dab of that like that. Okay. Now that's got that. We're going to let that dry a minute while I get a baby wipe. The princess just laid down for a nappy happy. And we'll put that over there so I don't make a bigger mess than what I'm already making here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and work with this stuff while it's wet because, you know, because of the video. You know how that is. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put, how do I want to put this? Let's think about this a minute. I think I want the bird's feet under there like that. And I think I want it to go something like that. Let me see here. Oh, it's sticking to the paint. That's why I couldn't move it. I want to get most of the bird in there. And then I think I kind of want to cover his feet up like that. I think that looks good like that. I think that's what we're going to do. All right. I kind of wish the white wasn't on him. That's the only thing about the die cuts that I don't like, is it has that white border around them. I'm going to cut that off. Now the other one I made was easier. It was just stickers and I just plopped them down and it was so easy. But that's okay. I don't mind doing a little bit of work. I'm going to try to trim some of this off of his feet too, just in case it shows. And I'm pretty sure his tail's not on there. I don't mind the white on the flower because it really doesn't even show. But I am going to ink my bird up a little bit to cover that white edge. Okay. Now let's get him back on there. Just like that. I think he's really cute. And his tail does show a little bit, so I'm going to cut that white off. I love making little things like this, little cute things. And it's something cute that you could throw in your purse, or you could give as a little tiny gift to somebody, you know, or putting a teenager's stocking at Christmas or something like that. All right, I think I'm still going to ink my card up a little. I'm going to avoid that real wet spot. I'm going to I may ruin this dauber, but I'll do that a little bit. And that might have been a mistake because it was just a little too harsh. Okay, let's try this again. That'll be okay right there behind the bird. All right, let's glue it down, because we don't want to make this hard and complicated. I did get me some new glue, y'all, and it was my glue, because this glue is so much easier to squeeze. Look at there. It just is so much easier. So I'm sure that my other one was just so old and had thickened up to the point where it was just really hard to use anymore. Okay, and then I gotta get this bird in just the right spot. So I want him. It's just so much easier. I can't believe I didn't throw that other away a long time ago. Okay, I want him to take up most of the card. And then we'll put this one down over his feet. I just can't explain to y'all how hard that other one was to squeeze. Scoot him back just a little bit. There we go. And press it down. Now, I'll tell you something I wish I had done. And it might not be too late if I hurry. You know me and my text. I would love to have a little piece of text behind this bird. Kind of like doing a little cluster. If we get it in there real quick. Ha! Sticking to me when I'm in a hurry. Okay. Let's see if we can sneak him in there real quick. There we go. I like that. I like that. To me, that just made all the difference in the world. Putting that little bit of text in there. All right, I'm going to turn this over and cut these off. Okay, it's got some glue on it. I think he's cute. I got a little fuzz on him right there. I think that's cute. Okay, now we're going to bring our 4 back over. I think I'll put a little bit of text on him too. Maybe, we got to decorate the back up a little bit. I didn't think about that. I want the back just decorated just a little bit. And I inked that on the wrong side. I want it inked on this side. I think this is a quick little project. The hardest part is just deciding what you want. Okay, let's grab this again, and I'm going to dump it so I can find something quick. Here's a little piece of flour. I could put that there. I don't know. Do I want that up there? We could put something like that up there for the back. I'm not crazy about the back being decorated all that much. I'm going to put it right there because I don't know how far I want to go. I'm going to go a little more. Okay, hold on. We got to put it on these edges right here because I'm going to use those. All right. We're going to come down to about right there. All right, and then let's glue this one on. Like that. Flip it over and cut this away. We will save that because you never know. I like to use just little bits. Okay, that's going on there like that. And then we're going to put these two together. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm just going to shove those to the side. I'll take care of them in a minute. All right, we're going to shove those to the side. Now let's make our pages. Now these are a hair shy. I don't know if you can see me over here. Let's see. These are, well, they say 3.5 by 2.5. 3.5 by 2.5. So I have a bunch of papers, and I'm just going to kind of line them up. My little chunk is drawn on that side. I don't care. And I just grabbed a bunch of pages out of my scrap drawer. I'm going to line these up down here at the bottom. They don't have to be perfect. For me, they don't. This is a whole page. It was in my junk drawer. I don't know how that happened. But I'm going to line it up. Let's see here. Here's another piece that really shouldn't have been in the junk drawer. It's a nice piece of cutoff. I usually don't put those kind in the scrap drawer. Here's a piece. I'll turn it around. Oh, it's kind of crooked. All right. We'll skip that one for now. Here's a piece. Okay, that's probably enough. I'll pick those up and hold them tight. Get this out. And then we're going to cut us some 3.5 by 2.5. So So 3, well, actually, I'm going to go 1/8 smaller than 3.5, okay? Okay. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to scoot it across and set it aside, and I'm going to try to get one more. 3.5, and just a hair shy. Okay, I'm going to set all of those aside. I'm going to flip this. Let's see, that was 3.5. 2.5. So 2.5, you want them to fold in half, so you want 5 inches. Now, I'm not going to be able to get 5 inches on all of this, but just 1/8 of a shy of 5.5, and we're going to cut that. And then I'm just going to pick it up and fold every bit of it in half. Now, some of your pages will be shorter than others. I like that. All right, picking this one back up, sticking it under here. I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch shy of the 5-inch mark. Here we go. I'm going to fold those in half without letting go. And we've got our pages. That's probably plenty. But here's 2 little pieces. I'm going to go ahead and cut them real quick. Here, shy of 5 inches. And let's make sure that this is 2.5. Okay, just like that. All right. Get that cutter out of my way. Scoop some of these papers over. Bring these back. See, that's just going to be 1 page. I can leave it or take it out, but that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. There's 2 short pieces. I might take those out. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. That's a good one. I'll leave 1 in for sure. I definitely like that piece. And that's quite a lot of paper for our little booklet. So I think I'll stop there. Well, let me get one to go on the outside. Let me turn it. I like a pretty one on the outside. Stick that in there. Line them up like you want them. Hold it really tightly. And before I go any further, I'm going to grab some string. So, what did I do with my little bag? Here it is. I'm going to grab a needle. I think I have one connected to this. It's already got some string on it. That's good. I can use black. I don't have a problem using black. Grab your hole puncher, your awl or whatever you got. Now, since I have some pages that are kind of shorter, I'm going to come down quite a bit. Punch your holes wherever you want them. I'm only going to do a two hole punch. I'm going to come down to about right there. Don't let go of your pages. I'm going to come down and go about right here. Don't let go of your pages. I want my strings on the inside. You might choose to put yours on the outside. I want mine on the inside, so I'm going to start on the inside. If you want it on the outside, then start on the outside. All right, we're going in, back in, and then just tie that. Super, super simple. Super, super simple. Oh, that's not going to work. All right, trying to get it snug. Hard to do with one hand, huh? Or 2 hands. Tie knot. Okay. Tie double knot. Cut my strings. I'm going to put my needle back so I don't lose it because I think it's my last one. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right. Now, I guarantee you I'm going to have to trim some of this off. And it looks like I want some off the top too. So let's just take one of our cards, line the edge up to the edge of our papers, and I am. And it just looks like maybe 1/8 of an inch. So, I'm going to take this, and this. And it was 1/8 of an inch, but I think I'm going to go ahead and come in about right there. And I'm just going to take my time. I'm not going to try to push real hard, just kind of, you know, light pressure or medium pressure or something like that. One more. Okay, there we go. Close this back up. Oh, I was going to take some off the top a little bit. Okay, let's do that a little bit. Kind of want it to be nice and even on this one. There we go. And then we're going to take this and we're going to glue it right on top of this. Now, when you glue this, leave an edge over here just a little bit. Don't glue it right to the very edge. Close, but not right on the edge, okay? I'm going to spread that out a little bit so it doesn't ooze out all over the place. Oh, I'm so happy to have new glue, y'all. All right, and then just line it up against the edge, press it down, flip it over, do the same thing, not quite all the way to the edge. All right, make sure that you've got the right orientation going on your card, and I do. Line it up on the edge and press it down. We are practically done with this, y'all, and they are so cute. Let me get this glue off my hands real quick. I like that this glue will just dry and roll off, you know. Looky there. How cute is that? I think it's so cute. All right, let's put a little closure on it because it kind of wants to pop open. Now, it won't pop open that bad if you don't do as many pages, but I like a lot of pages in mine. So, a closure. Okay, I want some pink or red. And the first thing I found was this pink, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. In fact, I wonder if that piece right there will be long enough. Well, of course it will. Okay, now on my other one I was telling you, I kind of wanted my little dangle, instead of being over here at the side, I kind of wanted it to dangle from this. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get my tools out. This one right here, I need one of these, and I want one of these little charms. Let me put this back out of the way because I'm getting too much stuff on my desk. I'm going to take the biggest hook, biggest circle that I've got in my little container, and I'm pretty sure I want the, of course I could do green. Since I'm doing a pink ribbon, I could do the green flower. What color is this one? White. We could do white. I don't want the white. I do kind of like the green. Let's do the green. Just for kicks and giggles. Kicks and giggles. All right. Got that ready. Now, kind of wish I could tear that a little narrower. Let me see if I can. Because one side's thicker than the other. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put the big ring onto this. And when you do this, you want to twist this way, forward and backward. You don't want to pull your ring apart, okay? All right, I'm going to close it back up. And then I'm going to thread it onto here. I think this will work. I think it will. Okay, so then it's going to lay right there. Well, Nope, bring it all the way down towards the end. Hold it right there, wrap this around, and then tie it. But when you tie it, okay, so bring your flower over a little bit and bring this loop under on the left hand side. Okay, and then pull it. Push that flower in the center. Okay, and then just make you a loop. Oh, I'm struggling and I'm getting hot. This light I've got over us gets really hot. It'll be nice this winter though, won't it? Well, I'm having trouble getting my fingers in there, y'all. Try one more time here. Think I got it. But then I lose it. Oh my goodness. I didn't have this much trouble with the other one. Well, the strings really mess me up. There we go. I wanted that on the bottom. There we go. There, just like that. And then our little flower will be in the center. And if you want to pull that to the side a little bit, so you can see your bird a little better. There you go. How cute is that? And it holds it down really nicely. I love it. You don't have anything on your spine, but if you wanted to, you most certainly could take a little piece of material and put on the spine if you wanted to. That would be really cute. But I didn't show you the pages, did I? Let me show you the pages real quick. So, and you saw how quick and easy we cut those up. Look. Cute, cute, cute. That's a lot of pages. A lot of pages to write on and make notes on in your purse. You know, like if you're out and about and you need somebody's information real quick. Oop, I got that one stuck a little bit. And that's the one that is, nope, it's not. There's the one that's connected. But anyway, make use some of these. Give them away as little gifts. They're so cute. I think they're really cute. Okay, pull that all the way down. And then tie it on the left side. Let's see how quickly I can do that this time. I lose it amongst the threads is what I do. Okay, and then you can work with it to make it a little prettier, but I think it's cute. I think they're super cute. I think the blue one's my favorite, but I love blue. I love blue. But yeah, if you wanted to take a little piece of material, just pretend that this was material instead of paper, then you could just lay that, glue it, you know, right there on the side like that, and then wrap it around, and you would have an edge to yours if you wanted to do that. It would be super simple, but I like it like this. And I can make an awful lot of these out of a deck of cards, right? Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Hope you'll make some. Let me know if you're going to make some. And stickers are fantastic. They're so quick and easy. So get your stickers out. Get all your little scraps out. Get your little beads out that you haven't used, and make some cute little gifts that you can hand out to people, especially at Christmas time, right? All right. Thanks, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.